today, and it's about digital detox. So I want to talk to you about this because I think it's really, really interesting how people perceive social media, and I think it's a good idea to think about what it means for you, because actually it has a little bit of a bad rep. In some cases, people say, "Oh, social media, it infiltrates my life, and people are posting really random stuff on there." But what I say is, just like life, is all about how you actually filter, okay? How you set your boundaries. So, for example, on Facebook, I'm usually on there for business, but in terms of personal, you can unfollow, you can turn off notifications, you can snooze somebody for 30 days and see how you feel, or you can actually unfriend people. You're allowed to do that. And this is the case for life as well, because what I actually find is that um, the social media platforms and how you deal with them are actually a reflection of life. So, sometimes we can't escape those people that are quite negative, for example. But what we can do is we can reset our boundaries. Are they going to be in our life? And if maybe it's a family member, for example, maybe it's how we actually approach them. Maybe it's how we deal with our energies around that particular person. And where it's really toxic, then that's maybe time to let go. And it's the same with social media. So actually, social media through lockdown was a lifesaver for a lot of people, but it also kind of highlighted your own boundaries. So that's something that I want to kind of look at today. But not only that, you can actually manage your device as well. So I do this about once a month. I actually have a full detox. So there's two ways to do it. I did it last weekend. There's two ways. You can cut off completely, and we all need to do this from time to time and just take like a good 2 days off, not using your phone. Or you can do what I said in terms of your notifications. The other way is actually managing your phone. So I've got a Samsung phone, and what I do with it is I change the settings. So I've got me time, work time, weekend time. And what it does is it prevents me using certain apps. So when I'm at work, for example, I can't access WhatsApp. So it's not a distraction until I choose to. And when I'm having my me time, I can't access my email, I can't action my to-do list because it is so tempting. What I have found is how many times I go to look if there's an email, is there a message, put something on my to-do list. And what it does is it retrains my brain to go, whoa, because it's the shock of going, I can't believe how often you pick your phone up. Some phones actually tell you how often you pick your phone up. I think the iPhone does that. So if you can look at your settings for your particular phone, you can start to put boundaries in that way as well for yourself. It's almost like giving yourself maximum screen time. How many hours do you want to set on your social media? So for example, if I set like an hour to Facebook and it tells me I've gone over, I find that shocking. Am I spending an hour? Maybe I'll give myself 2 hours. I'm going over the time. Am I really spending 2 hours a day of my life on Facebook? So it really, really shows you the truth of yourself. So I'd recommend doing that. And when I stayed in the pod for like a few years ago for 2 nights, I didn't have Wi-Fi or service. So it was a real eye-opener. So that's one of the things that I want to talk to you about this morning. Digital detox and social media, it's not always a bad thing. Actually, it can be a lifesaver. It just depends on how you manage it and how you manage yourself and the people around you. And this is the reflection of a life. So that was my little spouting off this morning. Anyway, how are you? How are you? We've just had the most amazing 24 hours. I can't believe how much you can shift in this short space of time. We were talking to one of the guests that's staying here, and he was saying it's interesting how time seems to expand and contract. It's like it's giving you enough time to open and release and think, but it also goes really quick. So yesterday, 5 of us jumped in the lake. It was amazing, a really amazing, special time. And there was mist, there was it was raining, it was chucking it down raining. It was just gorgeous. We were screaming and then we were calm. And this is this is what life's all about, isn't it? It's putting yourself out there into, sometimes uncomfortable situations and being really proud of yourself. So what is it this weekend that you could do? It doesn't have to be jumping in a lake, but I mean, what is it that you want to do, but you're a bit hesitant to do it? It doesn't have to be extreme. It could be going for that walk by yourself. And by the way, if you do want to do walks by yourself, I have Walk With Me series, which I'd like to offer that to members of the group. So it's basically me beep, 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 in your ear all for about 10 to 15 minutes. But recently I've just recorded another one where it gives you pit stops. So if you stop and have a cuppa, for example, I take you through a mindfulness meditation and so on. So that's something I'll post for you guys soon. But definitely want us all to get together for a walk before the nights draw in. So I will be in touch about that. So today is just a little bit of a shorter one because I need to go back in with the group and close this retreat session this morning. Just feel super chilled myself, but I'm going to leave you with a meditation that I've just done with the group because I just think it's really beautiful for when you feel overwhelmed. It's something that I made up. And it's just when you feel like you've just got too many things going on in your mind and you just need to simplify and find some clarity and bring yourself more present and grounded, because this retreat's been all around the root chakra, lots and lots of grounding. So I'm going to do that with you now for a few minutes. So closing your eyes, take a deep breath and release. And just allow yourself to feel really present in your space right now. Start by feeling your body, the weight of your body on your chair or laying down on your bed or your mat, wherever you are. Just that sense of being held by Mother Earth, the depth of your physical body, the matter of your body being held, and just allowing the physical body to soften. To completely begin to soften the mind. And even though the thoughts can be going here, there, and everywhere, it's absolutely fine. Sometimes this happens, sometimes more than others. Be kind to yourself and instead just acknowledge that when you do feel overwhelmed, it's just an opportunity to come back to yourself, to press pause, to gain clarity, and therefore make some new choices. And so just imagine or visualize in your mind now beautiful, perfect night sky, twinkling stars, some dull stars, all over the sky. Gorgeous. And that this sky becomes now a beautiful painting. And you notice that when you reach out to this painting, that it has texture. And that texture are the stars. The stars, although part of this painting, have been stuck on extra, just gently placed onto this picture. You gently run your hand across the painting, feeling each of the stars. Even some of them fall off as you do so. So you begin to collect them up into your hand and notice that it feels so soothing pick the stars and place them into your hand so easily, so smoothly. Big ones, small ones, blurry ones and tiny ones. You come to realize that all these stars represent all the things from your past and all the thoughts in your mind right now of the future. And of the past, it's places you've been, it's people you've known, it's experiences, it's thoughts, patterns, behaviors. And of the future, people, places yet to go, things in your mind, things to do, experiences you will have, people you will meet. And as you gather these stars, you start to feel a sense of lightness and relief, with a gentle smile on your face, placing them into your hand. Your whole body begins to smile. Until all the sky is completely clear, so beautifully clear. Even all the tiny blurry ones have completely been taken off the painting and into your hand. And you can neatly collect all these stars up in your hand and push them together until you're left with one star that is a collection of all of these. Feeling proud of your journey, being thankful of the lessons, gratitude and love, even the difficult ones, as you hold this one beautiful, perfect star in your forefinger and thumb. Gently rubbing those two together, the star disappears, and you find yourself completely connected to just the here and now. Your physical being, your consciousness, and your soul. Feet, body connected to the earth, grounded and protected, held, loved. Soul and mind present, joy, lightness. Feeling the breath, the rise and fall of the breath. Feeling the energy run through the body. You start to wiggle your fingers and toes and keep that connection to the here and now.